Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambham Karashyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Saṃskṛtam Dayanandam Paramarthasvarupinam Tattvajnana Prashastaram Pranatosmi Param Padam Vagartha Vivasampraktau Vagartha Pratipattaye Jagatah Pitaro Vande Parvati Parameshwarau Yenakshara Samamnayam Adhigamya Maheshwarat Kritsnam Vyakaranam Proktam Tasmai Paninaye Namaha Vakyakaram Vararuchim Bhashyakaram Patanjalim Paninim Sutrakarancha Pranatosmi Munitrayam Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shatranta, we are continuing. It's not only about Shatranta, it's about the language, developing our, developing our language. The translation helps us to develop our language, and of course, Shatranta, Karmani Priyaha, other topics also we do discuss about the Karaka, discuss about Tingantam. Okay. Let me know what are the topics we have covered from the very beginning. Do you remember? From the very beginning, I don't know how many classes were over from the very beginning. Many classes. Don't have any count of the classes. We have seen the entire text, the infant reader, and reader 1 we are reading. Am I right? Reader 1 have we completed? Do you remember? Reader 1. We took a shift from reader 1. Reader 1, I think some must be there in the channel. What lesson? What was the last lesson? I think we have seen more than 10 lessons. 10 or 15 lessons, I'm not sure. Check. Do you have all these details? Anyone? No. Just listening and going, huh? Don't you have track of what we have learned? But Rajaji?
No, Guruji, I have not made a repository.
How many classes have done so far?
Learning for the last about 5 years.
Yeah,
So many
5 years.
So how many classes have been over? what is that?
5 into 52 weeks.
So what is that? What is the playlist? Suppose in case if you don't attend, follow. But all if you follow. Oh God, you don't know.
Sandhis.
We have seen in detail all the sandhis.
Sandhis, yeah.
Sanya first we saw. Sandhi Prakaranam, all the, how many sandhis we have seen? What is the, now what's the number? 70.
Oh.
All the sandhis we have seen. Okay, in detail. In fact, Sandhi class itself went for more than 50, 55 classes. Very elaborately we did.
Yeah, 1 year we saw Sandhi.
Almost all the sandhis we have done. All the sandhis elaborately cover a lot of examples. And Subanta Prakaranam, derivation of the
All the
Shabdas.
derivatives of
What Shabdas? Not all the Shabdas, but some Shabdas we have seen. Starting with Marut, the simple Shabda. So you have to tell me what we have seen. Otherwise, I will be saying, repeating the same thing. Have you seen Lik Shabda, Lik, Madulik?
Yes.
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 So Akaranta Shabda. So Subanta Prakaranam. And yeah, of course, I remember Rajan, Karin, Atman.
Mm.
Remember that
Mm.
Num will come
Yeah,
first,
Yes.
and then it's all those
Mm.
things we saw.
yes.
Ugitanta Pradipadikam, under which comes all the Matupanta, Shatranta, all those Shabdas will come. So Subanta Prakaran to some extent, not all. Then the Karaka Prakaranam, Karaka and Vibhakti, we saw from the Anton also, Upapada Vibhaktis, and Karaka Vibhakti
Mm.
separately we saw some.
Mm.
And Tinganta, remember, the Tinganta is that Kriya Padam, which how many ganas we have we seen? First conjugation, the entire first conjugation, we have seen all the dhatus, special dhatus, all the dhatus. Dhatus means all the dhatus in general and some special dhatus. Fourth conjugation, Divadigana.
Mm.
Tudadigana, we have seen sixth conjugation. Let,
Mm.
Langar, Lot, and Ling, all the
4
four Sarvalakaras.
Mm.
Yeah.
Churadi, I think Nijanta also we saw.
Yes.
Then fifth conjugation, I think we have not seen. We have to, I remember, fifth conjugation onwards we have to do.
Mm.
So 10th conjugation, then it is Nijanta. So when I don't know whether we saw Nijanta Prakaranam also along with that. Then comes after that Kridanta Prakaranam. Under Kridanta we saw Nishta Pratyaya, Tatavatu,
Mm.
all those examples, all those many examples, and then Itagama, etc.
Mm. Mm.
Then we are seeing Shatra Shanaj.
Mm.
After this will come Kritya Pratyayas. But you need to remember what we have seen. Of course, Karmani Prayoga also we saw, Bhava Karma Prakriya,
Mm.
changing Kartari to Karmani and Bhave.
Mm.
All these topics, I think, if I remember correctly,
Yes.
I think this we have seen. You can please check your notes. I don't know whether you take notes or not, or at least you
Yeah,
must
yeah.
have
Yes,
the
all
files
this we have seen.
what
We're
files I have
taking
sent. Huh?
Yeah, we're taking
Karak,
notes.
What about the
Karak,
files? Karaka?
Karakam also we see.
Karakam, that is not in detail, just whatever required, the
Just
basic.
Yeah.
And Anton also, first few lessons we saw. And there are some
Yes.
Upapada Vibhaktis we saw.
Mm.
Okay. The Shatra, after Shatra Shanaj, it will go for some time because Shanaj we have not yet seen. After that, you let me know which topic about. I'm planning to do Kritya Prakaranam. Of course, along with that language also. So language is not a separate thing. Along with this, we do translations, language exercises. And the reader one, you can find out what is the last lesson that we will do. And Saṃskṛta Bharati, the first Pravesha or Parichaya, whatever it is. Few lessons we saw.
Parichaya.
Parichaya. Few lessons we saw. Now that we see the lessons, it would have become so easy for you now. Because you know more. The Shatra Shanaj, which are there in the COVID, I think the last one, that itself we are seeing now. So all the topics, I think, for the Saṃskṛta Bharati exam, the syllabus, it's done. Okay, we will see. After completing this, whenever we get time. Okay, now let's continue with 86. You please collect all the notes and let's go through the topics we have seen. Once in a while, we have to do this. What all the topics we have seen? Where are we?
Mm.
Yes, Guruji.
So that we know where are we, what yet to learn. Or if you want to revise some certain topics again, let me know that quick revision, like Sandhi, etc. Okay, now 86. Each topic we have seen very elaborately. Nishta itself, how many classes you see? And this Shatra Shanaj, it's elaborately. Sandhi Prakanam, there is a separate playlist only taken for this batch alone. More than 55 classes, if I remember.
Mm.
Okay, now coming back here. Spardhartam gachatam etesham jayaha nischitaha. So, nischitaha, what prayaha is that? Jayaha nischitaha.
Nishta.
Nishta pratyaya. Chi dhatu, tha pratyaya, Then nir become nish. Become nish. Then we have this nishchitaha iti rupam. Jaya nishchitaha. Victory is firm, ascertained for these people who spardhartam, those who spardha is competition. Those who go for competition or those who compete. Okay. Spardhartam
Can we make it
gachatam.
Spardhaya Gachatam?
Same meaning only. You don't have to make it. That is the meaning. Spardhartam is spardhaya. Tadarte chaturthi. So spardhartam is equal to chaturthi spardhaya. So now converting, this is okay, this translation we have done. What conversion? Conversion we cannot do. Because who is the karta here? Karta is who is the karta? No, I'm doing something else. Who is the karta? Anyone? The nirpurvaka chidatu repa will become visarga will become sakara become shakara, all those. Karta is
Bahuvachan of aham. So aham vayam. No,
Vayam.
sorry.
Where is Vayam?
No, tvam.
Jaya.
Sorry. Is it? Jaya is victory. Etesha.
Jaya is victory, that is best. Victory is sure for them. Who is them? Dayadi karta. Etesham. Etesham, these people. Ete spardaya gachanti. Tesham. Etesham. Victory is firm. This is Shashti Bhakti. Kartari Shashti, this is. Karta is in put in Shashti Bhakti. Okay. So this is, please note, this is Karta is in Shashti. Vishwasya Karta, Bhuvanasya Gopta, that is Karmani Shashti. Gachatam, those who are going, who are competing, just put in Shashti Bhakti. They are the Karta. For them only victory is ascertained. Kartari Shashti, this is. Anyway, here nothing we can do, only translation. Otherwise, you have to change the sentence if you want to make it into Kartari Prayoga. Okay, if you do Kartari Prayoga, then what will happen? It's not possible here.
Gachanti.
It is, no. That's okay, but the Jaya Nishitaha, we cannot make, they are, because they are yet to compete and then win. Now, competition has not yet started. Jaya Nishitaha, he says. So, it means they are, for Avashyam Jayanti, that is what the meaning is. Right? Anyway, we cannot do it. We cannot do the like that here. For not possible here. You have to change the whole sentence. So therefore, leave it as it is.
We
This
can
is
make it future tense, no, Guruji.
future tense. What do you make it?
Jayishyanti, whatever.
Jaya Nishitaha is here is that itself conveys that is future only, not yet. It's not.
No,
It
in
is,
Karsari, I mean. In Karsari.
we cannot make it. We have to change the whole sentence. We have to change the whole sentence. Then becomes a new sentence. So I leave it as it is. The next one, Desharakshanartham Yuddham Kurvatam Sainikanam Deshabhaktihi Shlaganiya. This is Kritya Pratyaya. Shlaganiya. Aniyar. The word is the this is verbal derivative. This plays a role of a verb, verbal from Kriyapadam. So Shlag Dhatu plus Aniyar is a Pratyaya. Aniyar, Repa is ether letter, Aniyar. Shlaganiya denotes karma. This is a pratyaya, one among the kritya pratyayas. All krityas are krit pratyaya. All krityas are krit pratyaya. Kritya, there are about 7 pratyas are there. One pratyaya is aniyar. It denotes, the kritya denotes karma. It means when kritya is used, prayoga is karmani prayoga. So desha bhakti is shlaganiya. Desha bhakti is Srilinga. Therefore shlaganiya. What you get is shlaganiya. Srilinga, then add on top, up, you add the pratyaya. You get shlaganiya. Like kartavyaha, kartavya, kartavyam, patitavyam, pataniyam, patyam, gantavyam, all those words. So it will denote karma. What is the karma here? Deshabhakti. Deshabhakti is, shlaganiya is praiseworthy, that meaning. Of whom? Of the soldiers. And what they do? They fight. For what purpose? Chaturthi. Instead of Chaturthi, here we are having Desha Rakshanartham. Artha, the word can be used. Tadartha balita sukha rakshitaihi. That is one sutra. A word can combine with Artha, Tadartha, Bali, Hita, Sukha, Rakshitaihi with these words and form Shashti Tat Purusha Samasa. So Tadartha, Bali, Hita, Sukha, Rakshitaihi. One sutra is there. Chaturthi, Tadartha, Bali, Hita, Sukha, Rakshitaihi. It is Chaturtyantam Padam. Then Artha, Bali, Hita, by this word it can combine and form compound. Okay. So, like we have some stock example. Brahmanartham payaha. Brahmanartha yavaguhu. Like that we have. So, Brahmanaya, that is the meaning. So, that is Arthena with the word Artha. When a word combines. So, you said Chaturthi, Desha Rakshanartham. Similarly, here, Spardhatum, Spardhaya. Spardha, Artha, two words are there. They combine and becomes Spardhartha, Tam, Vidya. Desha Rakshanartha, Desha Rakshanartham. So it has a sense of Chaturthi. It's Nitya Samasa. Otherwise, if you don't want to make as a compound, then you can say Desha Rakshanarthaya. Chaturthi we can use. Of course, Desha Rakshana we have compound. That's okay. Here we can say Spardhaya. Spardhaya is not a compound. Spardhartham is equal to Spardhaya. Is it a compound? No. What is this? Spardha Shabda, like Rama Shabda, Chaturthi Ekavachanam. Ramaya Spardhaya. Spardhartham, with the word Artha, when you combine the word Spardha, then compound is a must. Then Spardhartha. Spardhartham. Here it is karma, therefore Dvitiya Vibhakti. Understand? With the word Artha, compound is a must and can mean all the linga. It's a rule. It's a compound. Understand? So if you ask the question, why can't we use Chaturthi? Yes, of course it is Chaturthi meaning only. Compound is Nitya Samasa. You have to make compound. Don't have choice. You have to make with the word Artha, when you combine, then you have to make Samasa. And when we explain the compound, we say Spardhartham is equal to Spardhaya. That's what this is how we explain. It is like Nitya Samasa. Similarly, Desha Rakshanartham, Rakshanartham, Rakshanaya. Chaturthi Tat Purusha Samasa, Nitya Samasa. It's equal to Desha Rakshanarthaya. It has a sense of Chaturthi. Okay, now Desha Rakshanartham Yuddham Kurvatam Sainikanam Desha Bhakti Shlakaniya. Shlakaniya. Why Shlakaniya? Because Desha Bhakti. Strilinga, therefore Shlaganiya. Suppose here we have Deshaha, for example. Then Shlaganiyaha. If we have Napumsakalinga, Palam or something, then Shlaganiyam. So in keeping with the gender of what it denotes, here what is denoted? Desha Bhakti is denoted. That which is denoted by the Kritya has to be what? Karma. This is the karma. This is the karma. Desha Bhakti Shlaganiya. So here also, we cannot make this into, karma is that when where is karta? This is what Shashti? This is Sainikanam Deshabhakti, Sambandha Shashti. Okay. It is the Sainika is Deshabhakti of whose Deshabhakti? Deshabhakti of the soldiers. This is Sambandha Shashti. The Shashti is what Shashti? Sambandha Shashti. Okay. I'm not saying this is a Kartari Shashti.
Then
Whereas
what is the karta here?
Huh?
Then what is the karta in the sentence?
Karta is not mentioned. Sainikanam Deshabhakti, Yuddham Kurvatam Sainikanam Deshabhakti, Desha Rakshanartham, that is a karma for Yuddham. Yuddha is Yuddha Prastha Pratyaya. So it's a karma for Yuddha. Sainikanam Deshabhakti Shlaganiya. Karta not there. Who praises? Suppose if you supply Mantrina, suppose you some leader you say, or Sachiva, Sachivaihi, suppose I'm saying ministers, okay? I'm just making then we can say is Karta. Sachivaihi, that is by the ministers. Why should we put minister? So we can put someone else. Who?
Survive.
Or those who allow,
Janaihi.
Desha
Janaihi
Priyahi.
survive.
Desha Priyahi. Patriots. Desha Priyahi. Who love the country, right? By them. Desha Priyahi. Desha Bhakti. Shlaganiya. Who's Desha Bhakti? That's how the question you ask. Sainikanam Desha Bhakti. Shlaganiya. Karta is not mentioned. Therefore, don't put Sainika as a Karta. Just say. Cannot convert this. Therefore, leave it as it is. If you supply Desha Bhakti, Desha Priyahi, then we cannot convert into Kartari Prayaga using Shlaganiya, because Aniya Pratyaya denotes karma only. The whole formation will change. Suppose if you take Desha Priya as the Karta, then what will happen? Desha Priyaha, Desha Rakshanatum, Yuddham Kurvatam, Sainikanam, Desha Bhaktim, then?
Shlagayante.
No, Shlagante. Shlagante. This is,
Shlagante.
here there is no Kritya Pratyaya. It has become just a sentence Kartari Prayoga. There is no sense of should be done. That is not there. Shlaganya means should be done, praiseworthy. That meaning is not here. It says just praise. Anyway, this is not a sentence we are interested in. Just I'm making here. So this is Bhave then. Then what Prayoga is that? Karta is not there. Karma is there. Sorry, Karmani Prayoga, not Bhave, Kshamita. It's just a Karmani Prayoga. Karta not there. Karma is there, therefore it's not Bhave. Only when karma is not there, then only it's Bhave Prayoga. Karma is there, Desha Bhakti. So don't attempt Kartari Prayoga, not possible. The sentence itself, you have to make a new sentence. Itself will change. Fine, leave it. If you can understand the sentence, it is fine. Okay. Is it clear? Okay. And here I said Jayaha Nishitaha Etesham, I said Kartari Shashti. So the victory is for them. So they are going to be victorious. So Jayaha is Kridanta. The word is derived from
जी
Krit Yoge Shashti. So Karta is put in Shashti. So Shashti Vibhakti, Kartari Shashti. Kartari Shashti or Sambandha Shashti, you have to see the context, but I said this is Karta is in Shashti because victory is for the Jaya. That is the meaning. You have to see the context and see the meaning. So they win, right? So that is the meaning. They are going to win, they win. So therefore Kartari Shashti. But here the Kriya is there, they win, therefore Kartari Shashti. Here Desha Bhakti, this is also Kridanta only. But whose Desha Bhakti only we ask? Kesham. Sainikanam Desha Bhakti, therefore Sambandha Shashti it is. All these are subtle things you need to understand that. Anyway, out of scope for that. That is, it all comes under Karaka. Fine. Next one. Dharam apagaranti chore arakshakasya drishtihi patita. So this, what is the meaning? Drishtihi patita. Patita is
निष्ठा
Fallen.
tvat dhatu and the pratyaya is ta pratyaya. Dhatu is said dhatu. That's why you have patita. Sorry, ta pratyaya. Patita. Drishti is Srilinga. Drishdhatu plus tin pratyaya. This is also Kridanta. Drishtihi patita. Vision is fallen. Sight is fallen. Kasya
Arakshasya.
was Sambandha Shashti. It is connected to the Drishti. Arakshaka sa im. Arakshakasya drishtihi. Arakshakasya drishtihi. Patita. Okay. On whom? Chore. Thief. And apaharati saptami bhakti. Dhanam apaharati chore. Dhanam apaharati is not kriya padam. What is apaharati? Shatranta. Saptami bhakti ekavachanam. It looks like kriya padam, not kriya padam. Apaharati chore. In the thief who has looted money. Arakshakasya drishtihi patita. Okay. So patita is now, it means arakshakasya drishtihi patita chore. Converting this into kartari.
Why this is chore here, not choraha?
How can be choraha? Karta, is it karta? Is it karta?
Because that is the first action, no? While money is being stolen by the thieves, the Araksha Drishti Patita.
So it's good. I thought someone would say, what is that in this? First action followed by second action. What is that? It is Sati Saptami. When the thief, steals the money, then immediately the sight of the policeman falls upon him, right? So how can it be choraha? In a sentence, that we cannot have more than one subject. If it is that, then they must be connected by cha, and then the kriya padam accordingly changes, right? So this Sati Saptami, when one action happens, another action is determined by the first action. So when does the eyesight falls upon, how this police fall upon the chora? When he steals the money. So the second action depends on the first action. Therefore, it is connected by sati. When sati means it, use the word sati. Sati also Shatranta. What is the Pratipadikam?
As.
Pratipadikam is sat. Derived from us. Of course, asdhatu. It can be declared in all the genders. Santo, santaha, santam, santo, sataha. Similarly, Srilinga also sati, satyo, satyaha. And Napumsakalinga also possible. Saptami Bhakti Ekavachanam is sati. Pullinga. Srilinga it will be satyam. Suppose the word is in Srilinga, just chore, some Srilinga word is there, then it will be satyam. So here it is sati saptami. Sati is, the word is not there, but it is understood. Please note. So, for this action, of course, choraha apaharati, that is the sentence. Choraha apaharati. Okay. Now the same sentence I am writing in another way. The sentence is equal to, you tell me how can we write this sentence? Yada tada. Yada choraha
dhanam apaharati
yada choraha dhanam apaharati tada.
tada
So it is
arakashasya
connected
drishtihi
by
patitavati.
tada arakshakasya drishtihi patita. Two sentences joined by yada tada. Instead of writing yada tada, we can say sati. Sati need not be mentioned. It is implied in the sentence. Okay. Now here he said choraha, that is correct. So when do you use choraha? When chora is a karta, then you can see choraha. But chore is a saptami. Therefore sati saptami. Understand? So when and then, whatever it is there within when, you put that in saptami. Here, within when we have this choraha dhanam apaharati. Apaharati convert the kriya padam into equivalent shatranta, which is apaharati. Apaharat pratipadikam, convert that in saptami ekavachanam, apaharati. And choraha will be like Rama Shabda Rame. So apaharati chore. And karma is dhanam, that karma will remain as it is. That will not change. The karta and the respective kriya. Or suppose karma is there and the respective kriya, whatever it is. Possible. Karmani, shanach also can come. So dhanam apaharati chore. Arakshakasya drishtihi patita. Okay, then it is choraha. But here it is not. Okay, chora, it's called sati saptami. Now, the sentence, when we convert this into kartari prayoga, this is in karmani, then dhanam apagarati chore sati arakshakasya drishtihi patita only. Or drishtihi, you can say patita vat. Drishti is, sorry, patita vati. Patita, because it is Srilinga. So you can, patadatu is akarmaka dhatu. Akarmaka dhatu, I think all those things you must remember. What is akarmaka dhatu? What is sakarmaka dhatu? You don't remember then?
Intransitive.
What does it mean in Saṃskṛtam? How do you explain that?
When it cannot take an
Which can
karma.
take karma, which cannot take.
Technically, we defined in Ishta. You forgot. All these are basic, important things. Basic things, fundamental things, and important you need to remember. That is, a dhatu conveys two things. A dhatu, vyapara, and then vyapara and palam. A dhatu conveys two things. Dhatu has got two meanings. This is dhatu artha, vyapara and palam. Vyapara is activities. Palam is the result of the activity. Result of the series of activities. Suppose pachati and kriya is there. What is pachati?
Cooks.
Translation is good. You define what cooking.
Vyaparaha.
You define cooking.
Define cooking.
In English, you define cooking.
Making food.
You define that further. Making food means when do you make food?
Cutting vegetables.
So cutting vegetables is cooking. That is the cutting vegetables only.
Cutting and then boiling.
This boiling is cooking. Is boiling is cooking? No. The moment you enter the kitchen onwards, you say, I cook, don't disturb, right? I'm going to cook, don't disturb. Entering the kitchen, switching on the light, and taking the vegetables out from the fridge, and washing, and then cutting, and lighting up the stove, placing the vessel on that, pouring water, but not only boiling the vegetables, and after that you add ingredients. Series of activities are involved. That is called cooking. The cooking is not an individual action. Somebody walking also. What is walking? You have to lift your left leg, for example, to start with. Lift the left leg and place it on the ground. Then you have to lift the right leg. And lifting also, it involves movements. There are so many limbs are there. You have to bend your knees, and you have to bend your knees and then keep the feet. So series of activities are involved. So therefore, it is not an individual action. That's why it's a vyapara, series of activities. Any action if you take, even seeing also, you have to open your eyes. First eyelids have to be open. The mind has to be present. Then you have to see. There also we have series of activities. So that's why vyapara. Vyapara is a series of activities are involved in an action. Therefore, a dhatu, pach dhatu, we say just cook. What cooking? When does real cooking happens? No, we cannot say. All the vyapara, the actions which are involved in the cooking. So therefore, and the final, so if you take the example of pachati, and you are cooking, suppose vegetables, the resultant of cooking falls upon what? Or the resultant of cooking in the form of softening of the vegetables, right? They become softened, they undergo some change, right? They become soft because of heat. The resultant falls on the vegetable or rice, whatever it is. Vikliti rupam, vikliti rupa vikaraha, mridutvam prapnoti, that potato and all becomes soft, right? So that is the result. So Ramaha pachati, Ramaha alukam pachati. So Rama is the one who undertakes a series of vyapara, starting from entering to the kitchen, switching on the light onwards. So 6 o'clock he enters and 7:30 he finishes, suppose. So 1.5 hours is cooking. So when pachati is continuous, right? Pachati, the moment he enters the kitchen, switch on the right, pachati, washes the vegetable, pachati, keep it on the stove, pachati, lighting up the stove, pachati, all the way it is pachati. So which is pachati? Finally, the result is softening the vegetables. So that is a palam. So yatra vyapara is dependent on the karta. Vyaparasya adhikaranam or ashraya is karta, the doer, right? Then palasya ashraya, the result in the form of softening, etc., that lies in karma. Palasya ashrayam karma. So yatra, now you see how I define sakarmaka, karmaka. Yatra vyaparasya ashraya palasya ashraya भिन्नः भवति, यस्य भिन्नः भवति, यस्य धातोः व्यापाराश्रयः भिन्नः भवति, व्यापार आश्रयः फल आश्रयः भिन्नः भवति, सः धातुः सकर्मक धातुः. When the vyapara and phala have bhinna adhikaranam, different locus. Vyapara has its locus in karta. The phalam has its locus in karma. So, bhinna adhikaranam, vyadhikaranam. Yatra vyadhikaranam tatra dhatuhu sakarmakah bhavati. This is what technically we saw. Remember, phala,
Yes.
vyadikarana, vyapara, vachakatvam, sakarmakatvam. This is how we define what is sakarmaka is. Vyapara and phala, they have different locus. Vyapara as is locus in karta, phala as is locus in karma.
Karma.
Then the dhatu is sakarmaka dhatu.
Karmaka.
Yatra samanadikaranam bhavati, that is when the locus is same, then
Karmaka.
phala
Akarmaka.
samanadikarana, vyapara vachakatvam, akarmakatvam, like the person laughs. Laughing kriya. What is laughing? You have to open first your mouth, from opening the mouth from the closed position. Raising it up, then it's full and sound comes. That also involves a series of activities. So vyaparasya ashrayaha karta. And what is the palam? The tushti, the santosha, where does it lie? That also lies in the karta only. Right? The happiness lies in the person alone. Tushti or whatever the palam is resultant is. By laughing, suppose you become happy or your health improves, whatever it is, lies on whom? What is adhikarana? Who is adhikarana? Karta only. Therefore, asdhatu is akarmaka dhatu. Similarly, sta dhatu. All those dhatus are akarmaka dhatu. Understand? Right. This is what dhatu. Now, why do we discuss this? Akarmaka dhatu. Now, pat dhatu, that is a discussion. Okay, pat dhatu, false. False is sakarmaka or akarmaka? Tell me.
Akarmaka.
Sakarmaka, really?
Akarmaka.
Suppose Ramaha,
Akarmaka. Akarmaka.
it is Palam Padati or Ramaha Padati, whatever it is. Ramaha Padati. And what is the object of Patanam for Rama? Tell me, if it is Sakarmaka, can it take object? Patati false. It involves a series of actions. Vyapara lies on the
Rama.
Kartara.
Rama.
And the resultant injury, it also lies on Rama only. How can you say it is Sakarmaka?
Akarmaka.
If Rama patayati, then okay. He causes something to fall.
Causes to fall.
That is fine. He causes the palam to fall from the vriksha. Ramaha phalam patayati, causative, all causative are Sakarmaka only. But patati is not Sakarmaka, it is Akarmaka dhatu. Is it clear? So Akarmaka dhatu, here patita is karmani prayoga, drishtihi patita, drishti strilinga, the tha pratyaya is used. And keeping with the gender of the word drishtihi, it is strilinga patita. Whereas here we are doing that's into kartari, dhanam apagarti chore arakshakasya drishtihi, drishti is strilinga, and since the dhatu being an akarmaka dhatu, that akarmaka dhatu can denote karta also. That's why patitavati is also valid. In the case of gatyartaka dhatus, we discussed this in Nishta. And akarmaka dhatus, and also in some dhatus, the Nishta rupam of these dhatus can denote karta also. That is ta pratyaya rupam. Nishta rupam, tanta rupam can denote. Then generally ta denotes what? Karma. Right? But these dhatus, gatyartaka and akarmaka dhatu nam, tanta rupam can denote karta also. That is why patitavati. Understand? Let's say patitavati is also valid. Now, I give another example. Ramaha, suppose. Ramaha Gatavan. Gatavan Gamdhatu is Sakarmaka Dhatu. Tavatu. Gatyartaka dhatu. Ramaha gataha also is valid. Please note. Both are okay because Gatyartaka dhatu. Similarly, another dhatu. Ramaha patitavan, for example. Can we say Ramaha patitaha? No. Here, this is not Gatyartaka dhatu and this dhatu is Sakarmaka dhatu. You have to say Grantaha patitaha Ramena. Patitaha, read by Rama. The book is read by Rama. So here Patitaha, Patitavan. Whereas here Gatavan, Gataha. Both are Kartari Prayoga. And here this is Kartari, this is Karmani. You see the difference between this Gatyartaka dhatu and this dhatu. Similarly, Akarmaka dhatu is also like that only. Ramaha, like Ramaha Asitavan, or Ramaha Stitavan, whatever it is. Ramaha Asitaha, valid. Drishtihi Patita, Drishtihi Patitavati. Same thing here. Understand? Okay. Think about this. Already we have discussed this some other place. Akarmaka dhatu, Gatyartaka dhatus, their nishta, tarupam can denote karta also. So therefore drishtihi patita is there. Now tavatu rupam is drishtihi patitavati. Okay. Fine. This much is enough. Akaryam kurvati tasmin vivekaha sarvata nasti. What is the meaning?
Those who do wrong things have no discrimination. No
Akaryam
There
is
is no-
also, Akaryam is kritya pratyaya.
No wisdom.
No, that should not be done. Akaryam. Dhatu is kru dhatu and kritya pratyaya is done, is added. So, akaryam, that should not be done. Akaryam kurvati tasmin. Vivekaha sarvata nasti. So here there is no sati saptami, okay? Tasmin purushe vivekaha nasti. Here there is no two different karyas, huh? Don't think the sati saptami. Sati saptami also we can say saha akaryam karoti. Then you are giving a statement. So yada saha akaryam karoti tada vivekaha sarvata nasti. Possible if that is your vivaksha. If that is your vivaksha, you can say. But it is not like that, sati saptami. Okay. I'm not saying it is wrong, but if that is the vivaksha, it is possible. But that is not a vivaksha here. You cannot take that to be the vivaksha here. I don't take at least. Okay. So akaryam kurvati tasmin. So he doesn't have viveka. Tasmin or tasya we can use. Akaryam. So kurvataha tasya viveka nasti. Can say same meaning only. Can use of shashtami. Shashti also can be used. Akaryam kurvataha tasya vivekaha sarvata nasti. Can say. Yet tasmin is there. Okay. So we can use Saptami Bhakti also. Here the Saptami Bhakti in the sense of Adhara. Viveka as its Adhara in the person. It must have a locus. Where the locus? In the person. Adhikarana Karaka. In Adhikaranam it is mentioned. Adhikarana Karaka, Saptami Bhakti. Okay. So now, you understand what I'm saying? So this can be either, we can make this into a Shashti also. Tasya. Karyam kurvataha tasya. Same meaning. Here Shashti, we can use a Saptami. Because Saptami is there, then we cannot say Sati Saptami. That Sati Saptami depends on the Vivaksha, but I don't take that it to be Sati Saptami. I take just to be a Adhikarana. Adhikarana for Viveka. Adhikarana means locus, the locus of Viveka. Like Ramaha Vane Asti. So Vivekaha asti, kutra asti? In that person, Purushe. Sati, it is not Sati Saptami. Don't take it as Sati. Huh? Sati means it must have another following another Kriya. But another Kriya here, Vivekaha asti. Asti itself, asti is there. You can argue asti is also a Kriya, no? Yes, of course, asti also is taken to be Kriya. So grammatically it is not a problem, but it doesn't, there is no ruchi in that. Therefore, I don't take it as Sati Saptami, I will take it as Adhara Adhikaranam, Adhikarana Saptami. Just simple Adhikaranam, Lokas of Viveka. Now, Karmani Priyaha of this, Karyam Kurvati Tasmin, that will not change. Vivekaha Sarvata Nasti, Vivekaha is the subject. Therefore, Vivekena Sarvata Na, Asti will become Puyate. This is Karmani. Understand? You understand what is Adhikaranam? Adhikaranam is locus. Ramaha Vane Asti. Gate Palam Asti. So where is the palam? Where is the fruit? It is in the pot. Right? So that is Adhara. Gata is the Adhara, support, in which there is the palam. So Gate Palam Asti. Ramaha Vane Asti. Asti Rama is where? What is the Adhara for Rama? Is there in the Vana, in the forest. The forest is the Adhikaranam. Adhara Adhikaranam. Another example. Tileshu Tailam Asti. Tila is seed. Tailam Asti, the oil. Where is the oil?
In the seed.
In the sesame seed, Tileshu. Which part of the seed? It is throughout the seed, right? It's called Abhivyapaka. It is all pervasive. It is not located in the top of the seed or bottom of the seed. So Saptami here, Abhivyapaka, Adhara Adhikaranam only. But it is Abhivyapaka. It is oil is present throughout. Okay. Abhivyapaka. It's called Abhivyapaka. Similarly, we have Vishaya Saptami. Vishaya also Adhikaranam. So all these are different types of Adhikarana. So here we can take that to be the Viveka in the person, like the palam in the pot, right? There is contact of the pot and the palam. It's a particular contact. The palam doesn't pervade the entire pot. Okay, like unlike the oil pervades the entire seed. The palam, where is the palam? At the bottom of the pot. So it has got surface contact, right? Partial contact. It's called Upashleshika. Upashlesha. Upashleshika Saptami it is. One of the Adhikarana Saptami, all these are. Similarly, here the person has got Viveka. We can take it to be Upashleshika Adhikarana Saptami. I'm using some word. Upashlesha means contact. Upashleshika. That's why I gave the example. Badaram Kutra Asti, Gate Asti, Gate Badaram Asti. Adhikaranam. Gata is the Adhara. That which is a support. Adhara. Right? Jagati Jivaha Asti. Jagat is the Adhara. Where Jiva is. Okay. Vayu Kutra Asti. Vayu Gate Asti means it is all pervading this. Again, there also we have to say it doesn't it pervade the space, but doesn't pervade the pot walls. Okay. There also it is surface contact only. Upashleshika. That's why we don't give that example for Abhivyapaka. Abhivyapaka is Tileshu Tailaha. That's a good example. Anyway, if you can note, all these are different types of Adhikarana Saptami. Adhikaranam only. What is Adhikaranam? Adharaha Adhikaranam. That which is the support, Ashraya, the locus, that is called Adhikaranam. And that which is Adhikaranam for an action, for a Kriya. That's called Adhikarana Saptami, and that will take Saptami Vibhakti. Understand? Yuddha happens in the Kurukshetra. Kurukshetra is the locus of Yuddha. That is with Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre.
Kurukshetre.
What vibhakti is that? Why it is Saptami? Because that is where the
Locus.
people have assembled. Samavetaha. Samavetaha playing the role of a Kriya Padam. Gathered. Gathered where? In the Kurukshetra. That is the Adhikaranam, the locus, where they gathered, where they assembled. Right? That's with Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetre, Adhikarana Saptami. Fine. Okay. Coming back here. Gacchati Tasmin Yane. What is the word for 50 in Saṃskṛtam? Panchashat. Panchashat. 50 Janaha. Panchashat. See, Panchashat is what? With regard to Janaha.
Jana.
What is that? It is Visheshana. Right? It's a Visheshana, qualifier. It's qualifier. When Visheshanam is a number, please note, it will always be Ekavachanam. Janaha is Bhagavachanam. What about Panchashat? Panchashat is Takaranta Shabda. We can decline that Panchashat Shabda. Takarantaha. We can decline like Varut Shabda. But why it is Ekavachanam then? Marutba, I mean, Panchashat is 50. From 3 onwards, it is always Bhagavachanam, right? Can you have 3 Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam? Not possible. Because 3 is always plural only. How can you have Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam? Similarly, 2 is always Dvivachanam. You cannot have Ekavachanam and Bhagavachanam for 2. Number 2, Dvi. Similarly, you cannot have Dvivachanam, Bhagavachanam for Eka. Because Eka is only 1. How can it have 2 and Bhagavachanam and Dvivachanam? Not possible. Similarly, Panchashat also Bhagavachanam only. But it can have Dvivachanam, Ekavachanam possible. When it is Visheshya, it is possible. But here it is not Visheshya, here it is Visheshanam. Please note. Here it is Visheshanam. When it is an adjective, then it has to be Ekavachanam only. This we have seen before. Where? I think in this class only. I think we would have mentioned this before. Where it is said, the Shabda Manjari book. The Shabda Manjari book, we have seen this. And we saw numbers, right? I must have seen numbers, I think.
Yes.
When we saw numbers,
Yes,
there
we
it
saw.
is. There we have seen numbers. There it is mentioned as a note. Please see, this is Shabda Manjari book. Numbers are there, cardinals and ordinals. Yes. Vimshati, Vimshatihi, Ikaranta Shabda. Trimshat, Chatvarimshat, Panchashat, all Takaranta. Shashti, Ikaranta Shabda. Saptati, Ikaranta. Ashiti, Ikaranta. That's Ashitihi, like Arihi, Navatihi. Sorry, all are Mati Shabda. Okay, Srilinga Shabda. They are Trimshat, Takaranta, Srilinga Shabda. Like Upanishad, we can decline. Upanishad, even though it is Dakaranta, it's okay. Or you have to take another word, Srilinga, Takaranta Shabda. All these are Srilinga Shabda, please note. Vimshati, Ikaranta Shabda, you can take like Mati Shabda. Among this, he says, Trimshata, Chatvarimshata, Panchashata, these are Takaranta, all other are Ikaranta Shabda. Right? Okay, fine. Etesham Dvida Prayogaha Sambhavati. These can be used in 2 ways, either as Visheshana or Visheshya. Visheshanataya Prayogaha Sambhavati Atava Visheshataya. It can be used as Visheshanam or Visheshya. Visheshya is substantive, Visheshana adjective. Visheshanataya. This is Itambhute Tritiya. Anyway, that is not required now for us. Visheshanataya Prayoge. When it is used as Visheshanam adjective, it should be Ekavachanam. Like example, Vimshatihi Kumaraha. Kumaraha Bhagavachanam. Right. And Vimshatihi Ekavachanam. Kumaraha Pullinga. Vimshatihi Srilinga. How can it be? Visheshanam should match with Vishesha in terms of gender, in terms of vibhakti, in terms of vachanam.
Vachanam.
But Vimshati is Srilinga only. What to do? No choice. You have to use Vimshati only. Okay, it is valid. When it is Nityalinga, then you cannot find another word for Vimshati. Not there in the language. Okay. So therefore, there are some exceptions like this. Generally, adjectives are in same as that of the substantives in terms of vibhakti, gender, and vachanam. But in this case, it is not possible. There are some such words like that in the language. We cannot help it. This is how it is. Now, Vimshati is adjective. It is in Ekavachanam, not in Bhagavachanam. Kumaraha Bhagavachanam. Visheshyataya prayoge, when it is used as a Visheshya, that is substantive, then Dvivachana, Bhagavachana also possible. Even though Vimshati is 20, 20 is Bhagavachanam, but it's Ekavachana, Dvivachana and Bhagavachana is possible. Vimshati Shabda decline like Ari Shabda, Mati Shabda. So Vimshatihi, Vimshati, Vimshatayaha. Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bhagavachanam. Right? So Ekavachanam only it will take. It means Vimshatihi. And Dvivachana Bhagavachana is possible when it is substantive. Like example, Rupekanam Dve Vimshati. Matihi Mati. Vimshatihi Vimshati. Vimshati is substantive. Dve is adjective. Dve is two. Rupekanam Dve Vimshati. Similarly, Gavam Tisraha Vimshatayaha. You see, Vimshati Dvivachanam. Vimshatayaha, like Matayaha, Bhagavachanam.
Vachanam.
So Visheshataya Dvivachane Bhagavachane Api Bhavataha. Visheshanataya tu Ekavachanam Eva. Understand? You can note this. And Sarit is Takaranta Srilinga Shabda. Therefore, you can note Trimshata, Chatvarimshata, Panchashata, all these can be declined like Sarit. Sarit is simple Shabda, like Marut only. Sarit, Sarito, Saritaha, Saritam, Sarito, Sarita, Sarita, Saritbyam, Sarit Bihi, like that. Okay, this point you can remember. So, same thing here. Panchashat, therefore, Panchashat is like Sarit Shabda. Pratama Ekavachanam Panchashat. Kati Janaha Santi, Panchashat Janaha Santi. Understand? Have you not seen these numbers before?
You have seen.
We have seen. I think we have seen many places they would have
Yes.
referred to this Shabda Manjari. So Gacchati Tasmin Yane Panchashat Janaha Santi. What Saptami is that? Tell me. Yanam Gacchati. Tasmin Yane Panchashat Janaha Santi. What Saptami is that? Sati Saptami?
No.
Adhikarana. Where are these people? In the
Yeah.
vehicle.
Yana.
Simple. Aupashleshika Adhikarana Saptami it is. They are located in the vehicle. They are in the vehicle, right? So Gacchati, what linga, what vibhakti is that?
It is Saptam, Gachan Shabda.
And it is Gacchat Shabda Napumsakalinga. So Tasmin, Tat Yanam Gacchati. That is put in Saptami. Gacchati Tasmin Yane Panchashat Janaha Santi. Now convert this into Karmani. You follow, right, all of you? Simple.
Janaihi Bhuyate. Panchashat Janaihi Bhuyate.
So
Panchashataihi.
this is Adhikarana, that will not change. So Panchashat, or you can make this into Tritiya, not Suttitari, not Panchashat. You have to make it into Tritiya. What is Tritiya?
Panchashatya. Panchashata.
Shata. Janaihi
Bhuyate.
Bhuyate. Right? Okay, I think we'll stop here. The speaker, I'll put a headphone. Headphone causes a headache for me. slowly increasing it. We'll stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. See, we don't just do the translation. We see so many aside topics. Some topics already we have seen. Some topics just an idea. All those you have to write it, notes. You have to take it.
Yes.
Then only it will stay in the mind. Otherwise, this is all like Vedanta, Shravanam, and then forgetting. Shravanam, Vismaranam. Okay. Dhanyavadaha.
ధన్యవాదాలు.